In life's grand theater we're all players, swept by invisible currents, what we call power. Whether we realize it or not, every interaction, every glance, every decision is shaped by these unseen forces. Power is the silent scriptwriter, guiding the plot of our lives from behind the curtain. Power isn't always loud or forceful, it's often a subtle energy shaping our choices and relationships. It can be found in a quiet word, a knowing look, or the gentle nudge of suggestion. Sometimes the most influential people are those who speak the least, yet their presence is felt by all. To understand power is to understand influence, the ability to guide outcomes and maintain your direction amid chaos. Influence is the art of steering without seeming to steer, of moving the world without making a sound. It's about reading the room, sensing the mood, and knowing when to act or when to wait. Imagine power as a river. You can exhaust yourself fighting the current, or you can learn to use its flow to your advantage. The wise learn to move with the current, harnessing its strength rather than resisting it. In this way, power becomes an ally, not an adversary. True control isn't about forcing your will, but about creating situations where others move willingly in your direction. The best leaders inspire, rather than command. They set the tone, and others follow naturally, drawn by quiet confidence and clarity of purpose. The impatient, always chasing person gives up their power, while the one who waits and observes holds the advantage. Patience is a form of strength, a way to conserve energy and gather information. Those who rush often miss the subtle shifts that signal opportunity. Consider the spider. It doesn't chase the fly but builds a web and waits. Its strength is in position and preparation. The spider's patience is its power, and its web is a masterpiece of strategy, woven with intention and care. By controlling the dynamics of our interactions, we avoid being pulled into others' dramas, and instead write our own story. We become the authors of our fate, not just characters in someone else's narrative. This is how we shape our destiny. Mastery isn't manipulation for selfish gain, it's about balance, protecting your energy and autonomy. It's about knowing when to engage and when to step back, when to speak and when to listen. True mastery is rooted in self-awareness and respect for others. If you're always reacting to others, you lose yourself and become a supporting character in their story. You drift, unanchored, at the mercy of external tides. Your sense of self fades, and your purpose becomes unclear. But when you make others come to you, you reclaim your role as the protagonist. You become the center of gravity, the one who sets the pace and direction. Others are drawn to your calm assurance. You set the stage, define the rules, and invite others on your terms. The environment becomes yours to shape, and you decide how the story unfolds. This is the first step toward true mastery, not just of others, but of yourself. Self-mastery is the foundation of all influence, the quiet force that radiates outward and transforms the world around you. It's a quiet strength, a hidden power that can change everything. The most profound shifts often begin in silence, with a single, steady intention. The world rewards those who can wait, observe, and act with purpose. In a world of noise and haste, patience and clarity stand out. Power is less about action, more about position. Where you stand and how you hold yourself matters more than how much you move. The calm center always outlasts the frantic chaser. Stillness is not weakness but a reservoir of strength. Learn to be the spider, not the fly. In patience, preparation, and presence, you'll find the true currents of power. Law 8 from the 48 Laws of Power, one of the most subtle and effective strategies for gaining influence and control in any situation. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. This law is about mastering the art of attraction rather than pursuit. The idea is simple. Let others approach you rather than always chasing after them. When you position yourself as the prize, people are drawn in by curiosity and desire. When you chase, you seem needy and lose control. The pursued holds the power. The more you run after something, the more it eludes you. Flip the dynamic, make them come to you. This reversal is the foundation of true influence. In chess, a skilled player lures the opponent in, offering bait and setting traps. The best players never rush, they wait for the perfect moment to strike. The goal is to pull others into your rhythm, your plan. When you set the tempo, others must adapt to you. This isn't laziness, it's strategic patience. Waiting is an active choice, not a passive one. You create conditions that make people want to approach you. The anticipation you build makes your presence more valuable. The bait can be anything: opportunity, praise, secrets, or even a challenge. What matters is that it's something they want. opportunity, praise, secrets, or even a challenge. Sometimes the promise of competition is the most irresistible lure of all. Understand what the other person desires and dangle it just out of reach. The tension of almost having it keeps them engaged. When people come to you, they're more open and respectful. You appear valuable. Your status rises in their eyes. They invest energy to reach you, making them more committed. The effort they put in increases their buy-in. This simple shift can dramatically alter the balance of power in any relationship. Suddenly, you're the one setting the terms. It's the difference between asking for a seat and having one reserved for you. Master the art of the pull, and you'll find people are drawn to your orbit, on your terms. History offers a vivid example. Napoleon and Talleyrand in 1815, two men whose destinies were intertwined at a pivotal moment for Europe. Napoleon, exiled to the remote island of Elba, was restless. He dreamed of a triumphant return to France, his mind constantly churning with plans to reclaim his lost glory and power. His impatience and boundless ambition were his greatest weaknesses. He couldn't bear to wait, always feeling the urge to act, to seize the moment before it slipped away. Meanwhile, Talleyrand, the masterful French diplomat, was patient and observant, content to watch events unfold from the shadows. He understood that the European powers wanted to weaken France, but he also recognized that deep down, they distrusted and competed with one another. Talleyrand skillfully played them against each other, quietly sowing discord and confusion, always careful not to reveal his true intentions. He understood Napoleon's psychology. His pride, his impatience, and his need for action would inevitably drive him to act rashly, blinded by his own confidence. Talleyrand didn't force anything, he simply waited, knowing that time itself could be a powerful ally. He made sure that news of unrest in France and division among the leaders in Vienna reached Napoleon, feeding his hopes and ambitions. There was no direct message, just subtle hints and breadcrumbs, tempting Napoleon with the illusion of opportunity and support. Napoleon, convinced he was seizing his moment, marched forward, unaware that he was walking straight into a carefully laid trap. Talleyrand's patience and subtlety set the stage for a dramatic reversal of fortune, orchestrating events from behind the scenes. Napoleon's bold return to France united his enemies against him, just as Talleyrand had intended all along. The pursuer became the pawn, ensnared by the very forces he thought he could control. In the end, power often belongs to the one who waits, not the one who charges ahead without caution or foresight. Talleyrand's quiet, deliberate strategy outmaneuvered Napoleon's boldness, proving that patience can be the greatest weapon. Sometimes the greatest move is to let your opponent make the first mistake, and then simply to wait. Talleyrand's genius was in using bait without lies, just framing the truth to provoke Napoleon. He appealed to Napoleon's ego, making him believe France needed him. He let news of a divided Europe reach Elba, suggesting a weak alliance. This emotional and strategic bait made escape seem both necessary and possible. With the trap set, Talleyrand simply waited. Patience is the shield of the powerful. When Napoleon escaped, Europe's leaders united against him, exactly as Talleyrand planned. Napoleon's dramatic return made him the common enemy, not France. Talleyrand, once representing a defeated nation, became a key player in the new alliance. Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo was the result of falling for the lure. Talleyrand's subtlety turned his former master into a pawn. The lesson: the best bait is tailored to your target's desires. Let others make the first move and you control the outcome. True power is often quiet, patient, and unseen. The master waits while others rush. This principle isn't just for politics, it's a core truth of strategy, proven in war. In 1905, during the Russo-Japanese War, Russia sent its fleet on a grueling journey to confront Japan. Admiral Togo of Japan didn't chase them, he waited. He chose the Tsushima Strait as the battleground, forcing the Russians to come to him. The Russian fleet, exhausted and unprepared, sailed into a perfect ambush. Togo's fleet was fresh, ready, and in position. The result, a decisive Japanese victory that shocked the world. By letting the enemy come to him, Togo conserved strength and controlled the terms. The lesson: don't exhaust yourself chasing, make your opponent enter your arena. The patient strategist wins by choosing the time and place. Power is about preparation, not pursuit. Let others do the running. Talleyrand and Togo teach us the folly of aggressive pursuit. When you chase, you're predictable and vulnerable, expending energy while losing control. The power lies in making others approach you. On your terms, in your territory. This puts them at a psychological disadvantage. You remain calm and in command. To draw others in, you need bait, something tailored to their desires or weaknesses. The most effective bait appeals to emotions: greed, vanity, fear, or hope. But the glue holding it all together is patience. Power is often a waiting game. Rushing is a sign of weakness. Talleyrand and Togo waited for the perfect moment, letting their opponents exhaust themselves. Stillness isn't passivity, it's alert readiness. In a world obsessed with speed, patience is a rare advantage. The master observes, plans, and strikes only when the moment is right. Don't be lured by urgency, let others make the first move. Control is about timing, not constant action. Wait, watch, and act with precision. This law isn't absolute. Sometimes waiting is a mistake. If your opponent is growing stronger, a swift strike may be your only chance. Surprise and boldness can shatter their plans before they're ready. The art is knowing when to wait and when to act. Assess your position. If you're strong, make them come to you. If not, strike first. Misjudging this can be fatal. Use patience when you have the advantage. Use speed when you don't. The true strategist adapts to the situation. Power is knowing which tool to use. Making others come to you is powerful, but risky. The art of the lure is manipulation. If discovered, it can destroy trust. A reputation for cunning can isolate you, making alliances harder. Traps can backfire. People are unpredictable. Sometimes a simple approach is safer than a complex scheme. Manipulation can corrode your character, leading to cynicism and loneliness. Power built on deception is unstable. True power is built on respect and integrity. Use this law with wisdom and caution. Reserve it for opponents, not friends or allies. In personal relationships, manipulation breeds resentment. Always weigh the risks before setting the bait. How do we use this wisdom today? You don't need to be a diplomat to benefit. Shift from chasing to attracting, know your value and let others seek you out. At work, become indispensable. Let your expertise draw opportunities to you. In social life, focus on your interests and confidence. People are drawn to authenticity. Don't force friendships or approval, let them develop naturally. Be the host, not the guest hoping for an invitation. Sometimes the world tells you to chase, but quiet power comes from building value and letting others discover it. In school, do excellent work and let teachers notice. In your job, be so good you can't be ignored. In relationships, be a person of substance and integrity. Make yourself a center of gravity. The world will begin to revolve around you. This is the gentle, powerful art of making others come to you.